Hey y'all, it's your boy Big Mike. You know that dude you be seeing on the streets and be like, hey, ain't that dude that be doing them YouTube videos? Yeah, that's me. And for today's topic, we're going to be talking about that nice little 83 Chevy Monte Carlo thumbnail that I put at the beginning of this video. And while I'm talking about it, I'm going to have some tacos and just enjoy my day here. I've had that 83 Chevy Monte Carlo for about 15, 16 years now, and it's been a lot out of order. It's like worse off than when I originally bought it, and I only paid like $1,000 for it. But it's really my dream car. I had, well, my mother had a 73 like when I was growing up as a kid living in Michigan, and the way she drove it was like she was a man or something. I mean, it's like I don't know that many women that are such an aggressive driver, but it just like at the end of the day, I just had to have one because I love Monte Carlos, and like hers, like I said, hers was a 73, and it was like the curves on that car was just so sexual to me. I don't know no other word to just. I was attracted to the car. I love Chevy Monte Carlos and Cutlasses and Regals, that whole body frame, even the Cadillac Eldorado. I mean, it's just I love those cars. Excuse me, folks. I had to get that cleared up there for a second. But yeah, I have a lot to do to that car. It has a 305 motor in it, and when I get done playing with it, it's going to have a 572 in it, and like hopefully around between 650 and 720 horsepower or so. But yeah, that's my baby right there. I love my Monte Carlo, and it's like been sitting still for a while because like I had gotten a flat on it, and when I fixed the flat, I forgot to tighten the lug nuts on it because it wasn't going anywhere. So I just kind of forgot about it. So when I got in it again and was going somewhere, the left side driver wheel it popped off while I was driving, and I just had to get it back to the house and just it's like I said, it's going to take a whole lot for me to get it up and going because it did some damage to the driver's side door. So it's like hard for me to even get in and out of it right now. So it's just been sitting there waiting for me to get my finances straight, and it's just it's going to take a lot of money to get it up and going. Like I said. Now let me dig into one of these tacos real quick here. Hmm My mom must be out her mind. She think because it looks like a piece of junk that it can't be transformed into something more beautiful than how it originally came to me. I'm gonna show her different. As soon as my disability gets approved, or I win the lottery, and hopefully my disability gets approved this year. I got a letter last week saying that they're gonna send me another notification of when my next court date will be. I don't always look at things the way they are, but how they can be, and that includes people. Like they may be having a bad day and just be rude or give you the silent treatment, and you just don't know what someone is going through sometimes, and you just gotta step back and just like give them a minute to breathe sometimes. But as far as this money, Carlo, what's going up under that hood? That 572 is a big investment into that car, and I'm glad that I got it the way it came. I mean, it could have been brand new, and I still would have played with it, like how I'm going to do when I get the money to do it. So 572 motor, and then I'm going to have it converted from a carbureted motor to a fuel injected motor, because the fuel injected motor will give me a better throttle response. When you put your foot on it sucks up the gas real quicker than how a carbureted motor does. I'm also going to have it hooked up with some twin turbos because I plan on using that car to make some more money on the racetrack because it's going to fund me buying my other dream vehicle, which is the Yukon Denali XL. That truck is so beautiful to me. I plan on making enough money to eventually buy the Bentley Bentayga, but that Yukon Denali XL, it's got my name written all over it. I mean, if I can, since I'm just going to speak it into existence, I can just see myself behind the wheel of that Yukon Denali XL. Now, I'm not going to hook it up, the Yukon Denali XL, excuse me, the same way that I'm going to, excuse me, invest into the Chevy Monte Carlo because the Chevy Monte Carlo is my baby. But with me getting that Yukon Denali brand new, it ain't that much that I'm gonna need to do to it because outside of just getting a custom paint job, I'm gonna put like maybe some 28 or 30-inch rims on that truck, and I'll be pretty much done with it. But my car, that 83 Monte Carlo, I'm gonna put some money into that. That 572 motor alone cost about 16 grand. And before I just talk about what I'm gonna do to the inside of the car, just know that like part of what I do under the motor is gonna be kind of affected by what I do on the inside. Like how on regular American cars, the driver's side is on the left side of the vehicle. I want the steering wheel on the right passenger side. That's part of how I'm gonna customize it. So there can never be any dispute that it's another car that looks just like yours. No. Does theirs have the driver's side, the steering wheel on the passenger side of the car? It's not going to have my paint job or nothing. So with when the car came to me, I bought it from a neighbor around the street. I don't know how long he had it, but when I got it, it had just a little over 100,000 miles on it. And like shortly after I got it, I had that situation where the tire popped off. So I haven't put like even like 10,000 miles on it myself. So like I said, it's gonna take some money, and I'm gonna show you the after when I start putting some money in how it looks. Now, about the middle, the inside of the car. I just told you that I'm gonna change the steering wheel from the left to the right side, but I also want to have a digital dash, and the seats of the car came as a bench seat, and I'm going to have bucket seats when I get done with them, and they're going to be wrapped in suede and leather. The bucket seats were just leather. It's a two-door car, but I think that I'm going to have the back seat taken out, and it's going to be like a whole bunch of speakers in the back seat. I'm a little older in my late 40s and everything, and the whole just musical aspect of the entertainment section, that never gets old for me. So we'll talk about the stereo system a little bit later. I don't know what category of playing with the roof would fall under, but just while I'm thinking about it, I want a sunroof in it, and I don't know whether to go all the way to a hardtop convertible or just leave it as just having a sunroof. But all it is just a money situation. Which, like, even though I don't have it right now, I know it's not going to be a problem because I had that conversation with God, and He told me that that blessing is on the way. And like I said, with my disability being approved, that money is partially already spent already. I got some investments going as far as working with cryptocurrencies and stuff like that already, and it's bouncing up and down, and to the point where I'm trying to sell because the one currency that I got on my Coinbase account portfolio, it's dipping like real low. Like when I originally bought it, it was $1.71, and it went down to like $1.17 or something like that, which is one of these days I'm gonna remind myself to turn my phone off. But yeah, it dropped down to like $1.17 or something like that, and that's really low compared to what I initially bought in at. But it went so high as to $1.84, 88 or something like that, and I'm just trying to wait till it gets back to that because with me being a new investor online, my rear end entry point or exit point, I'm sorry, really puckered up like when it got as low as it did. So I'm really kind of take a sigh of relief that it's going back up slowly. But a lot of more investments are just gonna just turn from one major deal windfall into me doing other things. If I can just hold on and this currency that I got, it's called Cardano, and if it pans out and it really rises like over the next few months or years, however long I hold on to it, then one windfall is going to turn into another bigger investment. Now, another little trick that I want to put into the inside of this 83 Monte Carlo would be a keyless start. You know how you have the little key fob, you press the button, and it automatically starts the car. I want that instead of just like putting a key in there and turning the ignition off that way. So that's something else that I want to do to it too. Now let's make our way to the trunk. And this sound system that I want to put in there is going to cost a little taste of money too, because I want like 3 to 5 thousand watts of bass pumping in there, and it's going to sound like two sumo wrestlers or wrestling when I get through with it, because I want two 18s on the side of the inside of the trunk, and then at the very back of it, excuse me, at the very back, I want three 315s. Excuse me, that was jumping. And she said, just sent a notification pop up from my Instagram. But yeah, that speaker system is gonna be off the chain, and that's pretty much all that I'm gonna do for the trunk space, because I don't just think that I'm gonna need nitrous to fuel my 572 motor. So just them 315s and the 218s, and I may need a battery because I don't just like know how that's gonna drain on the battery for the that's inside the motor. I mean, it's under the hood or whatever. So I may need to get a battery for them extra speakers. That's pretty much it for the trunk. But let's move on to the outside of the car. The paint job that I was thinking about was gray, and then it kind of switched to silver, and then after I saw Michael Jackson's casket, I thought it would be a cool idea to have a mirror paint job. You know how you look in the mirror every day and you're brushing your teeth and that whole thing. It's like you see yourself in the car. So mirror paint job, not chrome, but I'm talking about like just a literal mirror. I mean, you have to see the finished product when I get it done. The final thing that I'm going to work on is the rims and tires. Now, I'm not trying to go really overboard on the size, but it's like two reasons why I want the size of rim that I want. One's kind of for health reason because I don't like having to like just. It's a hard time for me to get up out of the low seat. So with the size rim that I want, which is a 26 or maybe a 28, it would be easier for me to jack the car up some, but not just have it looking like a monster truck kind of tire on it. It's like I want to have the airbag suspension on it, so I can raise it and lower it to my preference or whatever, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I know it's like a whole lot of stuff that I've talked about, but when you get something that you like, you can like just play with it however you want. You might just think that it coming factory is good enough for you, and hey, if you like it stock, that's you. But guys, we always gotta play with our cars and know just do little doodads to it, paint job and rims, and get inside the motor and just make more horsepower, because that's how we get our King Kong on and beat our chest and 10 to 2, man. He kind of made that little thing there, a little grunt. But yeah, I'm gonna put some money into it, like maybe around $55,000 to $60,000. It's gonna be a show car for real, but it's also gonna make me some money, like I said, to go buy my other dream truck that you kind of know the XL. Both of them are gonna be my babies. And that's pretty much it, folks. Like you may say, that's a lot of money to be putting into a car player. It's only money. I mean, ain't nobody gonna bury me with this money, so I might as well spend it and like use it towards something that I like. Mm. I really enjoyed them tacos, man. Next week, I'm sorry, next month, I think I'm gonna go back to making nachos. May try quesadillas or something, or enchiladas. I mean, I've been like just really into Mexican food lately. I know y'all see a couple of videos, and I've been getting my sushi on and stuff like that. Um, National Sushi Day was last week or the week before, but that Mexican food, hmm, it's something else. Anyway, if you can do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate it. You can leave a comment below and tell me what you think of my plans for my car. But yeah, it's all just in my head right now on what I want to do to it. But share this video, and some other guy might get a kick out of what my plans for whatever, may have some suggestions. If you want to be a sponsor and donate some car parts, excuse me, donate some money for some car parts, you can send some money to my Cash App, which is Lionhead812. I really greatly appreciate it. And if I don't just use it all on, getting the car ready, you'll see me eating something different from a different restaurant or whatever. So I really greatly appreciate the support. However, the funds will get spent. You'll see it either way. But yeah. One other thing, can you please subscribe to my channel? I would love it. I mean, it's real slow motion over here. I only got like about 73 subscribers so far, and I'm trying to make my way to 1,000 so that I can get monetized and just have another online means of income. Trying to get that bag, yo. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week, folks. I'll see you next week with another headbuster, headbanger topic that I'm sure you'll love. I'll get back at y'all later. I'll holla.